Well, good evening, my fellow Liberians. As I promised that today I was going to come to you to give you my views on certain things that is happening in our country. As a legislator, I have tried to do my best to keep my heads up and to do service to my country. I've done my best to let my fellow colleagues in the House to understand that the purpose for which we were elected was to serve the Liberian people. I've done this diligently. I've done this with commitment, and I've done this knowing that it is only about Liberia. It's been 10 months since we came, and we've been working. We went to an election where I contested as Deputy Speaker and supported WATCH-Hon for not to go for the election. And for me, that was the end. The majority had decided through the laid down procedure that had been set by both the House rules and the Constitution of Liberia. I've also tried to make everyone to understand that the only purpose for which we are in that building is to serve our people. To run the legislature, it has never been about majority, because Liberia is a very strange country. No one has absolute majority. That is why no election since 2005 has been won with absolute majority. The only person who has won election with absolute majority in the last 30 years was Charles Gangi Taylor. The rest of it, Liberians, our people have forced us to get together one way or the other. Fonatikova won as Speaker from the CDC. While in the theater of our everyday politics, the CDC and the Unity Party are at loggerhead, and rightly so, because there are two large opposition parties. Fonatikova has maintained a stable, a balanced, and a democratic House of Representatives. Even though we were not in the House, but we have heard tales of violations of the rules, passing bills without proper orders, and everything. Since Fonatikova came, since we entered that 55th, he has managed to listen. He has made the place how you call it? He has made the place he has made it play a democratic space, which allows us to express ourselves and make sure that we all who we want to be and how we want to be. He has also worked with the executive and the judiciary to make sure that the governance system is working. There have never been one day since he became speaker where he has done anything to hurt this government. For phonetic over, this is something that we didn't like. This is something that I always have problem with him. This is something that I've always said, Kofa, where we are now. I just wanted you to make sure that you are an opposition politician. You cannot be trying to balance this thing. So now allow her to have a head fight. But he never wanted it. He's working hard. But what is clear to me is that there are those both in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, lawmakers, legislators, who have tied their life and their livelihood to the national budget. At some time, they use that wealth, ill-gotten wealth, to confuse other members. They use it to confuse the population, and they use it to try to destabilize the government. They've come together now. They've said that Funanti must go. But they miscalculated, because as far as they're concerned, the usual way, the Edwin Snow way, the Alex Tyler way is take a group of lawmakers, barely a majority, put them one side, and say you have lost the confidence of the majority, to hell with the rules, you must go, and hold the government, and they don't care whether the government function, they don't care whatever happens. All they do at that time is that they want to prove that the way to end the crisis is that Funati, the people don't want you, you have to leave. And that is their strategy. I've seen it, I've spoken to people, and I know that's what they want to do. We have talked to them. The rules are very simple. If you want to remove a speaker, just follow the law. You need 49 people, signature on a resolution to be placed before the plenary, and once that document has been presented to plenary, the speaker recuses himself, and the deputy speaker presides, provided that he is not conflicted. If he is conflicted and for which he cannot preside, the plenary will elect someone from among them to preside over the affairs. Here we are, having agreed to do that. Then Funanti will respond to the allegation. Remember, the Constitution says there is absolutely Nothing must be in any law, in any rule that is inconsistent with the Constitution. The Constitution says that anything that happens must be done in line with due process. Due process is defined as, in the face of an allegation, the accused must have the opportunity to respond, and those who make that decision must be given a chance to listen to both parties, ask questions, and after that, make a decision. Imagine CDC putting 100,000 people on the street and say, we don't want Joseph Barker to be our president. You will say, Joseph Barker go sit down. No. The law is there. If you want to impeach the president, go and petition the legislature with 10,000 signatures. The legislature will have to vote on it 2/3 before that person can be removed from office. That's the law. We're lawmakers. To assume that in some of the people, the sickening part, the allegation says the speaker does not want to do audit. I am the one who brought our audit business. I wrote 3 letters to plenary. All the 3 letters, every time the person that was presiding was the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Fowler. And my letter was thrown away 3 times. They accused Kofa of creating 3 committees. Those who benefited or are benefiting from those committees as chair are among the people who signed the resolution, accusing for doing something that they benefit from, at the same time sign a resolution to say he should be removed. Where are we going with this? There are others who are saying that the speaker appointed individual on international parliamentary committees, but some of them are on those international committees. They have traveled, benefited, and yet they sign a resolution, accuse the speaker of doing something that they are benefiting from. We say, okay. Because Fonati provide a brilliant lawyer, because they know 2 things. One, they have no capacity to put a resolution on the floor. I want the Liberian people to understand, for that resolution to be a resolution, it must have 49 signatures. If it has 48 signatures, it cannot be read. That's what the law says. Before we even talk about moving the speaker, 49 people must lay that complaint to say, we don't want you. Indictment. Go. Before we even talk about giving due process to respond to those allegations, you must receive 49 signatures. In other words, less than 25 people out of the 73 people must be left as political supporter before you can get that. They don't have it. Now, they want to hide behind different things and then come and talk about Fonati has lost majority. The majority can only be proven in the chambers of the, look, my people, the majority, according to the Constitution, is not the one that can remove the speaker. The 2/3 majority You will not carry simple majority to move it. Then why we have the law? So I'm here to let you know that your government is about to stop. Development is about to stop. Payroll is about to stop. Because 10 days from today, the president is supposed to submit the national budget. There will be no discussion on it unless this issue is resolved. And there's only one way to resolve the issue. Come, let's face each other, face to face, eyeball to eyeball, before the camera, and make our case against Kofa. He will defend himself, and we will vote name by name, county by county, district by district. Then due process would have been according him, and a more than a 49 or more lawmaker says this resolution is true, we agree with it, we don't want you as speaker for them to cover tenure, it's over. Nothing, absolutely nothing can be accepted. Nothing to the contrary will happen. He's not going to resign. He's not going to be forced to resign. Those who are going around that they have majority, there's only one place you can prove majority. Come to plenary, let the roll call. The only thing that can show that it's not majority is the roll call. If you have majority, the only way to prove it is the roll call. But you will not attack us with political war of attrition. We're prepared. We're trained for it. And we will take this fight to the logical conclusion. If we allow these people to succeed, there will never be stability in the legislature again. Then it means when the next speaker comes there and tomorrow they don't like him, they will do the same thing. We're doing it for Liberian people. It will not stop. We're begging you. Listen to us. They have the right to remove the speaker. As lawmaker, they elected him. But let us follow the law. For nothing will never resign. Not today. Not this time. Tomorrow, we're going to a session. We expect to get quorum. But Thomas Fala presided over the session on Tuesday, 1 week ago. There was no quorum. So we adjourned session because there was no quorum. Just on Tuesday. Even me, I didn't go to session. So tomorrow, if there's no quorum, the speaker will command the sergeant at arms to go and ask the lawmakers to come into the chambers. If he comes back and say they are not coming, according to the Constitution, Article 33, the minority sitting in chamber have two powers. The power to adjourn and convene every day, and the power to compel the others to come. And the legal remedy for compelling a government institution or a government functionary to do what they are constitutionally or legally obliged to do is called a writ of mandamus. Therefore, we have a writ of mandamus issue on them to come to chamber. Let's fight with ideas. Let's make our case to ourselves, to our colleague, and to the Liberian people, so that we may respect the law. I hear people say, oh, CDC lawyers. No, it's not CDC business. Parties do not respect, lawmakers do not respect their party. This is some of the things that is wrong with our electoral system. And we need to fix it. When Cabinet Janet was illegally removed, the Unity Party issued a statement and ordered all of its senators and representatives for taking part in that process. It never worked. But we know that the Unity Party was not part of the impeachment of Justice Janet, the illegal impeachment of Justice Janet. But their lawmakers were part of it, and they joined and refused to listen to the party. And then it happened. This is what CDC is going through. CDC has done everything they can. They are working hard. Today, they organized a meeting between Thomas Farah and Funati Kofa. There are other efforts going on. They've done their best under the circumstances. But lawmakers feel that they elected themselves, and so they don't listen to nobody. But we will never surrender. Surrendering to mere speculation, surrendering to fear that Funati Kofa does not have majority, is to surrender this country and our current dispensation to one-party system. And to do that, it means that no speaker will ever be independent again. So we'll put a name to it. After this, no more speaker will be harassed. As a country, we have to graduate from this. We have to take the phone and call a lawmaker. Follow the law. Come to the chamber. They don't trust themselves. If you trust yourself, you have 49 people to remove for him to go for. When you had me for, he will be gone. Nothing can make him not to go. But you don't want a man. You say all kinds of nasty things about the man, but then you're afraid to face him. But we'll face each other. And I'm calling on the government to know that if they allow their partisans to stay outside, and those they control, their rescue missionary, their rescue lawmakers to come, it's the government that you have to blame. Because the person, Joseph Yumambaga, has to deal with a jail for the Kofa. He cannot violate the law. And the law says that the speaker, the same speaker that convened the session that made you president, the same speaker that convened the session for which you reported to a plenary or joint session and put your agenda for, is the same speaker. It will not change. People will respect the law. just wanted to let Liberian people know that there will be no let up. We expect to get quorum tomorrow. We believe that we have done everything we can to make sure we get quorum. But if for any reason we don't have quorum, we'll have it Thursday. If we don't have it Thursday, we'll have it Monday. But we'll not do anything else. We'll not allow nobody to use the capital bidding to bring chaos. We all belong in that chamber. Your people elected you. Let us meet there. Let us make sure that our voices are heard. Let us make sure that we adhere to the rule of law. Let us make sure that we dignify the legislature. My people, I thought to come and let you know what is happening. Fonatikova has done nothing to deserve this. Those who want to remove him are doing it so because a few bunch of people have managed to give them some story that make it to appear that Fonati is not fit to be speaker, but it's our control of power and money. And so I hope we all understand. I hope everybody will appreciate our position. I hope you can pick the phone and call your lawmaker. But Jay Fonadikova had no intention, absolutely none, to resign. And as soon as we get quorum, we'll conduct the affairs of the Liberian people. Bear with us. Demonizing in the House of Representatives, that's what we're trying to change. Bringing audit, which the very people have refused, that's what we're trying to change. Bringing transparency, development in the 73 district, that's what we're trying to achieve. So I just want to say thank you. I felt that I needed to let you know this. I felt that you needed to know that there's nothing we are doing outside of the law. I felt that you needed to know that there is nothing we are going to accept that will compromise the rule of law. Thank you, and God bless Liberia. Have a blessed evening.